fine. Um, Thank you for helping me reach my 200 sub goal. Um, this feels really weird, if I'm honest. Hitting my goal so early because I wasn't expecting to even get 200 this year. Give me just 1 second. Um, I'm trying to get my dashboard up. There we go. I don't want to hear myself. But hi. So I'm going to be answering some questions. No one had left any questions on my post, which is fine, by the way. So I guarantee, like, I imagine it's hard to ask someone questions that you may be curious about. Um, so I'm gonna pull up some questions that I'm going to answer. I know someone asked me a while back, like, if YouTube's always been my dream. No, if I'm honest, I wanted to be a singer, but then I realized I do not have the voice to be singing. Um, I mean, you guys hear me sing on occasion on stream, but not like songs, obviously. But I pulled up some questions on our website, just so you guys get to know me. But when this comes out, it'll be my birthday, so I'm gonna release this on my birthday. Um, but some basic things to know about me before I answer these is like I'll say my name. I go by Hex. That's not my actual name, obviously, my legal name, but it is the name I go by. Um, like in a general sense, like it's both my YouTube name and my preferred name. Those who don't know, I am gender fluid. I've been working on trying to make a male version of this model. Hello, welcome to stream. So I do need to make a male version of this, but like I am off. I think I've said this before. I am awful at making male characters, and I don't know how well I would do, and I don't know if it will like let me switch between them or not. But oh God, that's me. But my name's Hex. Hex Kia. You can call me Hex. You can call me Kia. It doesn't really matter. I know some people call me Kia whenever they see me in stream. Uh, Again, when this comes out on YouTube, this will be my birthday. I turned 29. If anyone thought I was like younger than that, I do apologize. I know I talk very casually and I use a lot of lingo. I feel like I don't use that much lingo. I feel like I've also aged myself a few times because I've talked about growing up with Sailor Moon and stuff like that. Um, along with some like other things. I am obviously a mother because I've talked about my kid a few times on both stream and in post. Um, I have been making YouTube content since I was in middle school. I graduated 2016. I actually got held back a year. At my school, we had pre-first in first grade. If you didn't do well in kindergarten, you would go to pre-first. I still think that I just got held back in kindergarten, if I'm honest. But like, I don't remember much other than like I had a crazy kid in my class. I know I have like a lot of school stories I could tell you guys, and not all of them are good. And I've thought about it. They have to find a way to do so because my phone storage on my actual phone is full, so I can't download the app I use, which is Reality. Is what I use for the VTV model. Um, I don't have enough room right now for some reason. I think it's my photo gallery because I have a bad habit of screenshotting books to add to my wish list. And sometimes I've realized that I screenshot the same book sometimes, but I can't remember what I've like added and what I haven't added. Sorry, I thought there was a spider behind me. I was about to freak out. So I'm gonna start answering questions. The first one is, what is your middle name? I feel like it's too personal. My middle name's Kay, like Kaye. I actually had an aunt, not an aunt. Someone in my family who was, I hate saying it like this. She was mentally disabled. I can't remember what she had. She died when I was pretty young, but her name was also Kay. I know that's morbid. I can't remember. I apologize if that offends anyone. I generally just could not remember. She was really cool though. She had like some dolls and stuff that I would play with whenever I went to her house as a kid. Share your favorite subject in high school. My favorite subject, well, it's changed. Um, it always went between like science and literature because I don't know how it is at other schools, but we had English and Lit in middle school. We just had English, I think, in high school, but like I had Lit in middle school. I also kind of liked history class. I liked like certain subjects and stuff. Um, but like some of the other things I was kind of like, I really like because okay, where I live, we have this like little place where they have reenactments and stuff, where like it's like all the old times, and you go through and walk, and they like teach you things, and so people are dressed up as characters and act like back in the times and stuff like that. It's really cool. Me and my friends have gone the last 2 years when they've had like a free day and taken my daughter because I enjoy going through there and like looking at the old stuff. And they have like animals there that you can touch. I think they have like sheep and yeah, they have like sheep and goats. It's really, really cool because sometimes they'll even have them out roaming around in the barn area, and they're so cute. What is your favorite drink? Um, I like root beer. I also like flavored water, and I know things like flavored water isn't just one drink. I know. I just like flavored water. My current flavor, so I have one of those circlet bottles, is guava and something else. I can't read the other word. It's actually really good. What is my favorite sauna at the moment? I really like I like the remix of Golden Hour by Rain Paris. I'm gonna say her name wrong. It's either Rain Paris or Paris Rain. I'm pretty sure it's Rain Paris. I could be wrong though. I like all her covers though. They're really good. She takes songs and does like either rock or like metal covers of them. She's done Ordinary. I Like the Way You Kiss Me. She's done Lady Gaga. There's like a couple other songs that she's done. And they're really good. Uh, what would you or have you name your children? I was to name my daughter Luna. I'm not gonna tell you her actual name, but I will tell you names I have in store for if I have another child. Um, I really like Aspen and Harmony for like girls. I also really like Raven, Zara, Zara. That might not be how you actually spell it, but and then for boys, I really like the name Orion. Um, that's really the only name I have picked out if I have a boy. I know me and my ex when we were talking about names and stuff were because when we didn't know the gender, he wanted to name them Leo, and I think Leo would be nice, or like Aries. Have you participated in any sports? No. Well, I mean, kinda. Like not in school. Um, I used to be really into tennis when I was in elementary school because I really like the Prince of Tennis. I know that's a really bad reason to get into a sport, but like I also generally just liked it. I was awful at it though. I've also used to want to play soccer a lot. I've actually no, I played in baseball and softball a couple times. I never like finished the season. I think I finished one season in baseball and then quit the next year because I ended up getting sick of my coach and I felt bad and never went back. And then softball, I quit because I was on a team of girls who did not like me. Um, did not get along with them at school, and I was on the same team as them, and it was miserable. Um, Me and my friends would go because like where I live, we have a volleyball court that's near the park. Like it's just over the bridge. So we would go over there and play volleyball on occasion, which is actually really fun. We were awful at it, and there was only usually like four of us or two of us. But like, I liked it. I also tried doing basketball a few times. I used to go to like we have a basketball court where the like volleyball court is again where I live. We also have a what am I thinking? Actually, I don't think it's there anymore. I think that got torn down. We used to have a horseshoe thing that was right by all that, but I think they tore that down. Just sad because people actually did go out there and play. We got a pickleball court, which like I didn't think I was gonna use, but they do. It was weird. What is my favorite book? I I don't really have one. I have a lot of favorites, if I'm honest. None of them I'm gonna talk about. A majority of them I'm not gonna talk about on stream. On this one, on this account, I do have a book account on YouTube, but I haven't posted anything there yet. I've been waiting to get my mouth fixed, and I know someone's gonna be like, "What do you mean by that?" I have really bad teeth. It's a genetic thing in my family, unfortunately. but I've been trying to like work on getting it fixed so I can make more videos with my face because it gives me really bad anxiety. Like I know people, some people won't care, but some people will, kind of deal. Um, but I can tell you my favorite kind of. I really like romance books. That's mainly what I read. I also like fantasy books too. I've I've always been into like vampires and like werewolves and all that. I've always found it really cool. Um, some of my favorite series when I was younger were the Search You Free books, Search You Freak, um, Shiver, which I never finished that series. I think I read the first two and then never. I don't think I even finished the second book, if I'm honest. The Need series by Carrie Jones. I don't hear a lot of people talk about that. Um, Vampire Kisses is also another good book. Or new. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Is another good book series. Um, I don't remember the author because I don't have the book with me at the moment. But there was a book series about this girl who finds out that she's like kind of like a Grim Reaper, and it's called. I think the first book's called Croak. I'll have to look later because I think I had the box open. I'm just not in that room right now, and I don't want to like go in there and grab it. What is my favorite color? I have a few favorite colors. Technically, black's not a color. If I do like black, I also really like pastel colors. My favorite of the pastels would be pastel pink. And I know someone's be like, you mean like Casey and Zane? No, I mean, I liked it before that, but yeah. What is your favorite animal? This also changes a lot for me. Um, ah, I really like, I used to be really into dolphins. Um, I used to collect glass dolphins when I was younger, when Family Dollar would have them. I don't know if they still do or not, but I used to like, I had like a huge collection of glass dolphins. I even had like a painting, a jewelry box. I had figurines. I had light up dolphins. I had a dolphin aquarium thingy. Yeah, I was obsessed. I feel like I just said that wrong. What is your favorite perfume? Pink Eyes by Route 21. Um, I haven't actually had that one in a while. I don't usually, I wear perfume, but I don't wear it a lot because my nose is really sensitive and I sneeze a lot. Um, yeah. Skull. Oh, wait, no. What is your favorite holiday? Halloween. I literally like spooky, scary things. I watch a lot of horror movies, and I haven't watched as many recently. I have a couple that I rented from the library, but I also really don't have time to watch them because, again, I have a kid, and I can't put on the big TV because I don't want to scare her. Um, but Halloween's always been like my favorite thing, except for when there's clowns. I do not, I do not like clowns. Scale from 1 to 10, rate your childhood. I'd say like a 9 or an 8. It wasn't perfect, but I don't think anyone's childhood's perfect. School was definitely rough for me as someone who got made fun of a lot. Um, Uh, I don't think about it too often, if I'm honest. Uh, I don't like thinking about things that make me sad or that I know hurt me in the past because it doesn't really matter anymore because I've grown and I'm different and I've given up on caring what other people's opinions are on me. Uh, which I don't know. Ugh. Have you been out of the country? Uh, no, no, I have not. I want to. I want to go to like Japan or like Italy or somewhere else. I've thought about it. Uh, I mean, it's harder now when having a kid because there was a thing that I used to want to do. There was this program that would like put you with a group and you'd get like your hotel would be paid for through this and your plane ticket and all that, and you would have a guide for each day and you would go to like these different places and do different things. Um, and it was like for a certain age group. And I think I age out of it here soon. But like again, since I have a kid, it's harder to like leave the country um without her, but I also wouldn't want to travel out of the country, at least by myself, with her because things could always happen. And I know someone's be like, well, that's like you're being. I can't remember because I've had someone like call me something. I can't remember. I think they called me racist or something because they're like, well, you're being racist about going to another country and like thinking they're gonna spoil you and your kid. I was like, I think, and I try to explain to them like it. I mean, it happens in America. I get nervous here in America too about getting kidnapped. I was like, it's not that. It's just not having someone with me that I could trust to make sure that we're safe and stuff. Do you speak any different languages? Not really. I know a little bit of Japanese, French, and Spanish, but not enough to have a conversation with you. Um, I've also forgotten most of it. I was doing my thing. Unfortunately for me, I forget things very easily. Um, I can tell you that I don't speak Spanish in Spanish, and I can tell you how to say rice in Spanish, so I feel like I'm gonna say it wrong. I think mizu is like water. So like yeah, I really don't remember things. I hear my hi pup. Hi Bubba. Did you get upset, Nova? Oh, do I have any siblings? Sorry if you can't hear me very well. I have one sibling, technically two. No, so it's like technically two. How do you? I have a older brother who passed before I was born, because he was stillborn. So I usually still count him, but I know some people who don't. So I have two siblings, both brothers. What is your favorite store? I You're expecting me to say Hot Topic, and you are wrong. My favorite store is Miniso in Hot Topic. In the bookstore, obviously. What is your favorite restaurant? Honestly, anywhere that has like sushi or Italian food. Um, I like pasta, and I really like sushi. I get sushi like once a month. Uh, did you like school? I liked certain aspects of school, but the one I went to was not a good one, in my opinion. Um, they let a lot of things slide for things that shouldn't have. I think I mentioned that I was like bullied in high school, all throughout school, and it ticks me off when like people now will say like, "Oh, you were never bullied in school." I was like, "Yes, I was." Because you didn't see it happen doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And that's what's irritating to me. I've literally heard people tell people they were scared of me in school, even though I had done nothing to incite that. And I remember that because I was in a science class and I had to go and sit with someone to be partners for like some project. And they were sitting at our table and they were like, I'm scared of her because I had like a bunch of vampire stuff in there because like Twilight was like a thing when I was in middle school. I also again was like reading like Night World and Vampire Kisses and another series with the vampire and I cannot remember what it's called. Might have been Vladimir Todd. I'm thinking of. Who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Akmal is obvious. Uh, Mizan is another favorite. I love him. Jam Buds. So I hear something. Blaze, come here, baby. I apologize if he starts barking. What is your favorite movie? I don't really have one. Again, I like there's just some things I like. I don't have favorites of. Um, I guess probably like the Chainsaw Massacre is one of my favorite horror movies. But I think I don't know. I also like The Little Mermaid. That's definitely a favorite. I watched that a lot. And The Hunchback of Notre Dame is also another good one. PC or Mac. Honestly, it doesn't really matter for me because I use my. I've had both. What are some of your favorite TV shows? I really like Doctor Who. I really like Doctor Who. I haven't watched it in a while. I've been trying to go back and like watch old episodes to catch up with the new ones. But it's gonna take me forever because there's so many episodes. There's so many seasons. But I don't mean like the older ones. I mean like starting from 9 and up. From when Rose comes in the scene too. Now, I also really like Demon Slayer and Digital Circus. I do like Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. I know there's a lot of controversy around that, but like, we're not gonna talk about that. I'm not gonna say anything involving that, if I'm honest. What phone do you have? I have an iPhone. I've had an iPhone since I got my own phone. Even when I came back from my parents' plan, when I went through a rough patch with my job because I got sick. Um, And the only reason why I stay with iPhone is because I do have music bought and I do have specific games bought, so I don't play them anymore, but like I want to keep my music kind of deal. It wouldn't be so bad if I had a MacBook, but like every MacBook that I've had has been so bad. My current one needs either a new battery or something because like it's not working and I needed a new laptop anyway. And I've been using my aunt's laptop and that's also been a pain in the butt to use. How tall are you? I am 5'4", but I'm either 5'3" or 5'4". I'm not very tall. Um, yeah. I don't know how to convert that for those of you who don't live in America, who maybe watch my videos. I do apologize. Do you have any pets? I do. I have a puppy named Blaze who I woke me up this morning looking at my face, which was uh what time do you go to bed? I go to bed pretty late. I'm usually going to bed at like 1, 2 in the morning. 1 or 2 in the morning, sometimes like later than that. Um, Depends on if I can sleep or not. I swear to God, I have like a small case of insomnia sometimes. Because there's been a few times where I haven't been able to go to bed until like 5 in the morning. And that's not good because I usually try to get her to bed around 9. 9:30 currently. Usually 8:30. Um, who's your celebrity crush? I don't have one. Yeah, no, I don't have one. Um, I'm more attracted to characters than I am people, which I know that's weird. No, no, not Johnny Depp. Mm-hmm. Batman. Uh, did you? Sorry, I'm looking up these questions. What is your favorite values in friends? Um, I don't really know, if I'm honest. I'm more of like one of those people. I like when my friends are themselves and they like can geek out around me and talk about the things that they like. I like when they're passionate about things as well. One of my friends is really passionate about Sailor Moon and art, which she's a really good artist. I think I've shared her art before on here. She's drawn some of my characters for me, and I appreciate it since she has done it for free. And I know someone's gonna say I need to pay her, and I will eventually be paying her for the art. We're just kind of like in an agreement, and I've told her before like she needs to charge more for her art. I will be paying her soon though for some art references for characters for my book. I also want to pay her for making it probably won't be the cover of the book because I have something in mind for that, and I think I'm going to go with someone else for that specifically. But some books have pictures of specific scenes in them, and I'm going to see if she would be fine with drawing that as like a picture to go in the book. Uh, I have another friend that's really passionate about like just nerd stuff in general and like her friends and family. So I like spaced out for a minute. Where's your funniest memory from high school? So I used to have these boots, but I would slide a lot in. Not intentionally. They were just the floors were like really slick, usually for some reason. And these were like Uggs, one of my brother's girlfriends had given me. And I wore them to school one time, and I had this friend. Sorry, I'm putting this down because I had this friend at that time who I had kind of like had a crush on, and he knows who he is. If he sees this, please stop. But we ran into each other at the hallway, and he startled me because I was walking back from the office, I think. No, no, no. I was coming down the stairs from the library to head back to my class because I would go up to the library for research class a lot when I was in special ed because we got like a pass to go up there. And I was usually the one who used it because I wanted to go up there and watch Ben's Toy Ben and Stan Gladiator videos. You were allowed to watch YouTube videos, but like if you wanted to play a game, no, you got in trouble. So I was coming down the steps and he was coming around in the corner and it startled me and I slid and fell on my butt right in front of him. And he helped me up and we started heading towards, because he was heading the way I was heading to that room. Because he was doing something I can't remember what it was. And I was trying to be cool and I slid purposefully this time, right into a pole and fell on my butt. It was embarrassing at that moment, but like now it's definitely like makes me giggle thinking about it. Um, what is my best trait? I don't really know. I think that's something I need to ask someone else, if I'm honest. Um, what is an interesting fact about you? I can turn my arm, uh, weirdly. Like I also can't show you. But I broke an arm. I didn't break it. I fractured it apparently. Why I still have the cast. And my bone structure in that arm is different from my other arm. I also walk pigeon-toed. I don't know if you know what that means, but like I walk with my feet going in, which has caused leg issues. Um, what's the first thing people notice about you? I have been told that it's my eyes. That that is conflict that I've noticed. Um, some people I think it's been my hair because my hair is usually really colorful. Right now it's blonde and black, and my hair is actually currently fading, but like my hair was blonde and black. Um, what is your spirit animal? I okay, I'm Wiccan. Um, but I know for like some people who are Indian, they don't like when people say like that's my spirit animal because some people find it offensive. So that will be a question I skip, even though I am Wiccan. Um, just to be respectful of them. What is your favorite piece of clothing? I have this really cute dress that I haven't really got to wear out. Um, it's black and it has like a fishnet thing and a choker connected to it. It's really pretty. I also have this really pretty black skirt that has like a bunch of layers that I've been trying to figure out to wear. I had a top that I bought for it, but the top didn't fit, which is sad because I really liked it. Um, did you go to college? I've not, technically, yes. I haven't finished. any of my stuff, but like I had to pause because we have a bunch of stuff going on right now, and it's stressful trying to handle that and that at the same time. So I had to pause my stuff for now. I finished like what I needed currently, but like I still have like a few things I need to do to actually be done, and I need to do that soon. So I'm hoping this situation is done soon. Uh, how long was your longest relationship? 2 years. Um, 2 years. And the reason why I'm like kind of like pausing about this is because I don't want to count that as my longest relationship because this person actually cheated on me for a year of it. Um, we were like, I guess we were 2.5 years that we were together, and I forget, but like for a year of it, he was cheating on me. He did break off that relationship with that person, and he did tell me at the 2.5 year mark, but I'm one of those people that if you cheat on me, I don't care if you apologize and you stop. I'm still gonna leave. I have not spoken to that person in years since that happened. They tried messaging me a few times, and I ended up blocking them because I just did not want to deal with that. You, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? Mint chocolate chip. Can't really have ice cream anymore. Realize I'm lactose intolerant, but I will still eat ice cream on occasion. What was your first job? I worked at McDonald's. I've worked there a few times though. I worked there and then I went to this food packaging company, which I don't know if I can talk about it or not. And then I worked at McDonald's a couple times after that because, yeah, I worked there, then got pregnant, and ended up leaving. And then I came back after I had a kid, but like work, uh, she knows how my parents work, and I was working. It kind of sometimes the conflict or the schedules would conflict with when they could watch her. So I ended up just quitting. What's the first item on your bucket list? I don't actually have a bucket list. If I did, it would be go to Japan. What is your go-to hairstyle? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't do anything with my hair. I usually cut my hair short, so I don't have to do anything with it. My hair is like past my shoulders right now, and I've thought about cutting it, but I've also been wanting to let it grow out to see how long I can get it before I get irritated and cut it. Granted, it has been irritating me more recently. I hate driving and my hair get in my face, and I hate putting my hair up because it gives me a headache. So, yeah. But I usually end up putting my hair up with some bangs down. Have you been to any concerts or festivals? I have been to a lot of concerts. Not like too many. Not too many. I've been to a lot, but I've been to a great amount of them. I've been to a Gwen Stefani. Um, can't remember the other group. It was a girl group whose son sang Fifth Harmony. It was Fifth Harmony. I've been to a couple of Five Finger Death Punch concerts. I've been to Ozzy Osbourne, and I've been to an Alice Cooper concert um, with Rob Zombie. And my more recent one was a Avril Lavigne concert that me and my friend went to. I feel like I've been to another one and I can't think of it. Oh, I was one of the I figured out a bunch of concerts was Asking Alexander, and the other one I went to was Marilyn Manson. Um, I think that's it. I know there was a couple concerts I've been wanting to go to, but like I can't. There's a Fall in Reverse concert the day after my birthday, I think, and I want to go to it, but like I can't, unfortunately. What did you do? If you could change one bad habit of yours, what would it be? I have the worst habit of I have a lot of like I don't have energy, but I do have bursts of energy, and it causes me to like bounce around, and I hate that. Either that or the what am I thinking? I have a few bad habits. Is forgetting stuff easily a bad habit, or is that what is your most memorable childhood memory? I went to Disney when I was younger with my grandma. She took my mom, my dad, and her, and I think someone else. It might have just been us. I can't remember. To Disney when I was 9. I have photos I can look at. I don't I don't remember too much about that trip, if I'm honest. I have like a really poor memory. I don't remember a lot of things from my childhood. Um, which is sad because I wish I remembered more stuff from my dad since he's no longer here. What are your pet peeves? I don't people smacking their lips, people interrupting me, especially since again I'm forgetful and I have a habit of needing to tell people when I say something. Sorry, I'm like um people covering my mouth. I don't think this is a pet peeve. People being too loud, especially when I ask them to quiet down. Um, my I have bad hearing, but I also have really sensitive hearing, if that makes sense. Like my ears hurt when stuff is too loud. Uh, do you prefer the city or the country? I living wise, I prefer being in the city, especially since everything's closer. But like, if I'm going on a drive or something, I prefer to be out in the country where I can. We go on country drives a lot, or not as much now. We used to go on country drives to see deer and stuff in town. Um, my state is known for like corn. So we have a lot of cornfields up right now, so you can't really see the deer and stuff. It's just sad. Where did you grow up? Indiana. Like I'm not gonna say what city or like county or anything, but I grew up in Indiana. I still live in my childhood home. Um, it's not the same house that's been burned down and been remodeled a couple times, but this is still the same street I've grown up my whole entire life. What social media platform do you use most? I use TikTok. I get on TikTok and YouTube like daily. It's very rare that I'm not ever on one of the two. I also get on Facebook a lot. but that's more because I get notifications a lot because I'm in book groups and I keep getting notifications for people posting stuff that I don't know for some reason. Um, Also because that's where I talk to my friends mostly. What's one thing you wish people knew about you? Also, I don't know. Um, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'm a pretty open book usually. When was the last time you embarrassed yourself? Uh, a couple of days ago when I was walking and I tripped over my own feet in public. What are your life goals? Finishing school, raising my daughter, and getting her potty trained right now, because she's been a butt about it, and getting a decent job. What is your morning routine? I don't really think I have one, if I'm honest. I kind of just get up, and if she's not awake and I haven't streamed the night before, I usually stream in the morning like I am doing now. I just realized I don't have this up. Oopsies. Okay. And I make breakfast. Sometimes I'm lazy and I'll make cereal, but sometimes, most of the time I usually make sausage in the morning and for her, and either uh, a waffle or a pancake or like eggs or something. How do you describe your fashion sense? I don't really know if I'm honest. Sometimes I dress very goth, and other times I dress differently, but I think that it's just my style kind of goes in between because I am gender fluid. Sometimes I dress more masculine, other times I dress more feminine. Sometimes it's a mix of the two. Like I've never, sorry, I've been labeled a lot of things. I used to be like really obsessed with being emo in school, and now I'm kind of like I don't really care what people think my fashion sense is called. It's kind of whatever now. Um, yeah. What are your favorite hobbies? Um, I like to write and crochet and read, pretty much. I don't think watching anime is a hobby, but like I like watching anime too when I have the chance. What inspires you? Honestly, depends on what I'm doing that inspires me. If I'm writing stuff, it's Aphmau who inspires me. I've actually just recently gotten an idea for another story, and I'm trying to find a workaround with it because I want to draw inspiration from MCU, but I don't want to like take too much from it, if you know what I mean. I don't want her writing style and her like her series to affect it too much, but I want it to be kind of based around the same thing. Uh, what is your coffee order? I don't drink coffee. I have an iced coffee right now that I don't have ice in. I just straight up like I need caffeine this morning since the dog woke me up really early. But if I go to Starbucks, because that's the only coffee place near me, um, I usually get a chai latte with, I either get a chai latte, and if they have like the pumpkin, I usually get pumpkin in it. If they have peppermint, I have peppermint in it. What was your dream job as a kid? A singer. I really want to be a singer. Again, I don't have, I think I've already answered this actually. That or like a dance dancer, but I don't have rhythm, like at all. Um, do you prefer tea or coffee? I like tea. I drink green tea. Um, do you like dogs or cats? I like both. I also have a dog, but I'm not allowed to have cats here. But I do like cats. Do you have any weird quirks? Okay, my weird quirk is that I pick up like memes and stuff way too easily. For the last 3 days, I've had lizard, lizard, lizard stuck on my head, and I will do it at random times. I don't know if that's actually a quirk or not, but yeah, no, I also get like sometimes when I'm listening to an audiobook. Again, I read romance. There's sometimes some of them have like some steamy scenes. I get embarrassed and I will squeal. Um, yeah, that's always fun. What is your nickname? Um, I guess you can call Hex a nickname, but if we're going by my legal name, I get called Hayes. For the for everyone who doesn't know, my legal name is Haley. Um, I get called Hayes, Hayes Bays. Hey Hey was one for a while. My nieces would call me Aunt Hey Hey. I think they still do. Some of them anyway. What is your go-to fast food order? Depends on where we go. Right now with McDonald's, it's a snack wrap. I really like the snack wraps. Burger King is usually this chicken sub thing. Taco Bell is usually a chicken quesadilla, or I get I used to get the Dorito tacos a lot, or the chicken chalupas. My big thing was the salads until they got rid of them. I know they have them back right now, but they're so small. I'm kind of sad about it. I don't remember what other like fast food places there are because I don't like. That's only those three we have in town. I don't like Arby's. I like Cane's. I like the Caniac one. I like sauce. Wendy's. I used to get the grilled chicken sandwich. They don't have it anymore, so I get the wrap. Usually, if I can get grilled chicken somewhere, that's usually what I'm gonna go for. Um, I like grilled chicken. I'm not a fried food fan or fried chicken fan. My favorite thing to do when I have free time is crochet or read, or I just kind of chill out. How many boyfriends have I had? Real boyfriends, and I don't mean like realizing like real people. I mean real people, but I mean like that I consider real boyfriends. Uh, like five, if I'm counting correctly in my head. I've dated a lot. Um, I know someone's gonna have a butt come on, but like a lot of them were like online, and some of the ones I'm counting are online. But I was actually like with them for a while. Some of them I don't consider real relationships because they're like the same things. I've had like four girlfriends in my lifetime. Um, three of them online and one in person. I went to school with her and stuff. Uh, where's your favorite clothing brand? I don't actually have one. I just kind of wear whatever I like at the moment. Clothing stores, I like retailing one, kind of. Um, I, I'm not a big clothes shopper, if I'm honest. Um, I need to buy more clothing because a lot of times when I spend my money, it's usually on books or like stupid things. Not stupid things. My mom calls them stupid things. I get like figures and stuff. I have like a bunch of Minnie Mouse that I bought. What are you single or taken? I am currently single. What year were you born? I was born in 1996. Who's your role model? One of them's off now. The other one is my dad. I really admired him. What is your idea of a dream date? Also, I mean, the casual answer would be like dinner and a movie. Us be romantic. Um, but I don't. I would say a beach or like stargazing. But I don't live near a beach, and you can't really stargaze here. There's not really like anywhere near me that you can go start stargazing unless you're going out in the country. Like here we have like coyotes and stuff. Um, do you have any allergies? I do have allergies. I'm allergic to sulfa. It's something that's in like some medications. I cannot have anything with sulfa in it. And I'm pretty sure I have an allergy to onions, raw onions specifically. I break out whenever I touch it, but I don't know if that's just like a thing that just happens, or it's because I worked at Parks and Hundred, which is the food company I was talking about earlier. And they made like this stuff that had onions. I think it was like French onion soup or something like that for some company. And we would have to sort through the onions. I had to stop being on that line because I would like constantly break out to the point where I was itching so much that like I would bleed. Um, which of your parents do you resemble the most? I don't really resemble any of my parents. I guess I kind of like my dad. I've been told I look like my mom too, but I mostly get told I look like my grandma on my dad's side. What is your favorite sport? I like baseball. I like soccer as well, and I like tennis. I don't sit and watch them though because again, I get very distracted very easily. I think that's very easy to tell. See if there's anything else I can find. Oh, I also really like baking too, by the way. I think I already clicked on this one. What makeup item do you always carry? Lipstick or like lip gloss, depending. Uh, which apps do you always have on your phone? I always have Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, um, YouTube, TikTok, and stuff like that on my phone. What is the meaning of your name? My actual name is Hey Meadow. Who gave you your name? My parents? I'm not named after anyone. What do you like about yourself? I like my eyes, even though I can't see very well. I wear glasses. Who was your favorite teacher in school? I had this teacher named Mr. Stewart in my class. He was the science teacher in the middle school for your sixth grade year, and he was really nice. He actually gave me $20 one time when I passed my science exam with the highest grade in my class. That's not why I liked him. He was like very, he was kind of like a father figure, weirdly enough. I was like I had a dad, but he was like an at school dad because he always made sure I was okay. And whenever someone say mean something mean to me, uh, if he wouldn't let it pass like the other teachers would. Um, when was the last time I cried? Uh, a couple weeks ago when I was writing a letter for something about my dad. Yeah. How did you perform in school? Uh, I was on the AB honor roll at one point. It kind of depended on the subject, honestly. I did well in some classes and not so well in others. Like I aced English and like science with flying colors. Um, and also lit. And I did okay in some other classes, I guess. Uh, sorry. Blah, blah. Do you perceive people who are blunt or people who choose their words carefully? Honestly, it depends on the situation. If there's something that, like, if I'm acting up and stuff and I'm making a fool, then, like, I'd rather someone be blunt. But if it's, like, a sensitive matter, I'd rather someone be more careful. You make friends easily or does it take time? It takes me time to be friends with people. I'm very friendly and I'll hang out with people, but I've never considered that as me automatically being friends with them, especially since I'm actually really shy in person and I have really bad social anxiety. Um, I get very, I get a lot of adrenaline in like a short amount of time. I get really shaky and stuff, and I get like, I don't know, I kind of walk up if I'm sitting down or stuff. Like, I don't like going in people's houses. I'm very weird about that, I guess. Um, I'd rather not go in people's houses. It makes me very uncomfortable. Uh, who did you go to prom with? I went to prom with my cousin. She ended up, well, I don't want to like put her business out there, but like I was the only prom she went with too. I think she might have gone to with prom with her boyfriend. I don't actually know. Those are qualities you're looking for a romantic partner. This is not a question you should be asking for a YouTube thing. Um, I'm not gonna answer that. Yeah. If you could advise your 10-year-old self, what would you say? I would definitely tell her to look on the brighter side of things and stop worrying about other people and their opinions because in the long run, they don't matter at all. I stopped caring in high school what people thought about me. I don't really care now. Like, I do care sometimes when appearance-wise, um, 'cause I'm very conscious about my weight. So, like, I'm at a point where I'm kind of like, you know what, like, if people don't like me, then so be it. My phone just died. Um, I'm so sorry that I missed your message. I did not have that up, but I do not let people join me. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I don't let people randomly join me in streams. Sorry, guys. Especially since this is gonna be put on YouTube, I can't control what other people say. Uh, and my husband's like, "What do you mean you can't control what people say?" I can tell someone to keep it appropriate, but it's not guaranteed that they will keep it appropriate. And I don't know how to kick people on here. 'Cause we saw the one day I had that issue with that one person. That I didn't know if I could. I think I ended up blocking them. But it's like one of the things that I don't, even if I were to let someone come on Roblox with me, unless it's one of my friends that I know personally, that I would have to make sure they mute their mic, or that I would have to mute them myself because I can keep things appropriate or like in a certain sense or keep things under control when it's just me and I can't hear anyone. But if I have someone come in, I'll say again, I can't control what they say or do, and I don't want to be responsible for bringing someone random into something and them say some bad things. Um, I'm going to end stream because I feel like my mother is up and my child. I know my child's been up, but she's been watching TV in the other room, so I've kind of let her chill. But I'm gonna get off and make breakfast because I'm not eating yet. I've literally been up since 6 something this morning, probably earlier than that. But when this gets us out, and wanted to thank you all for 200 subs, and I will make a new sub goal next year because I want to bask in this for a little bit. But I actually reached 200. I truly appreciate everyone who has followed me and came along with me on this journey. Um, I really do appreciate all of you. And I know the app now stuff has been a huge help. And I don't obviously thank you to Aphna for her content and stuff. And obviously go watch her stuff. Also for anything else I react to or anything like that. Um, yeah, thank you all. Really, I feel like crying because I woke up and wasn't expecting to hit 200 so fast. Um, it's been a really long journey, and I appreciate every single person who has been through and commented and supported me. And yeah, let's keep doing what we're doing, and we'll make it through this.